example, you're starting.
Sorry, go on, say that again.
Shape, for example, shape 1. You're starting from fret 1.
Yeah.
Can you start that shape from, say, fret 2?
Anywhere.
Or fret 3?
You can you can start the shape anywhere.
Right.
And we'll address that today in the PowerPoint. Okay. So has anyone got any more questions before we start, or do you want me to just crack on?
Crack on.
Yeah, crack on. Okay. Let me just mute you all. So at any point, if you want to ask a question, just don't be shy. Just unmute yourself. Just let Jimmy in now into the room. Okay, so 24th lesson. Okay. Alright, so I want to be able to move through the minor pentatonic shapes in any direction. So at the moment we really just covered going side to side with the pentatonic shapes. But I sort of touched on up and down the shapes at the very end of the lesson, and I know it was confusing, so we sort of just ended it there. And then I want to show you how these can be your major pentatonics. So if you're thinking what's the difference between minor pentatonic and major pentatonic, well, minor is kind of sad if you listen. So that's sad. And major is. So that's kind of happy. So there's two different types of pentatonic. There's major and there's minor. But what you'll realise with it is the major and the minor shapes, they're all the same. They're all the same shapes. It's just a mentality. It's just how you approach it that's different. Okay. So the exciting news that I've found out, exciting news everybody, the same concept works with the major scale, your dominant scales, your minor scales, the same concept of 5 little shapes. Always go one after the other, downwards and upwards. So I've noticed now, and I've never noticed this before, I've never heard of any music teacher or guitar teacher ever tell me this, or I've never heard of musicians ever talk about it, but every scale has 5 tiny little shapes within it, and it's repeatable on the guitar neck. So once we've mastered the pentatonic, we'll be able to look at the major scale in the same light, and you'll notice it is virtually the same. It's actually pretty scary how I've never even thought of this in my life, and how effective it is. And like I said, with the kids at school now, like, because they've had it for a few weeks, I've been seeing them quite a lot. They've really took to it. So okay, so even though it'll take a bit of mind power at first, it doesn't take long before it comes natural, and you don't need to think of the next shape along. So at the moment, if you're thinking of the next shape and you're really putting your mind to it, do you know what it does? You do get over that pretty quick, and you just feel the next shape. Okay. And as well as learning the new concepts and learning scales, we'll be looking at how to make it musical sounding over time. So I'm not just going to focus on scales. Once we've got the gist of the technique and the theory, we will start to look at making it music. Okay, so let's just have a recap over the shapes. I know this is totally new to Les and Brian, so if I plow through it a bit quicker for you, I don't want you to worry. Hopefully it'll make sense. So the start of we're going to do an F minor pentatonic scale. So that's the shape really. And for the moment, we'll only look at the first shape to find the root of the minor pentatonic. So if we want F minor pentatonic, we're going to start it here on the F. If we want A minor pentatonic, we're going to start it here on the A. Or G minor pentatonic, we'll start it here on the G. So we're only ever going to do it from the first shape, the shape 1, which is this. Now there are root notes within the other shapes. So from 1 to 5, when I lay out all 5 shapes, there are different root notes in there. But for the moment, we'll only look at shape 1 to find the start of the minor pentatonic scale, because I just want to keep it simple, okay? Just keep things simple. So we're there on the first shape, the first fret, top string, then we go to that one, then you play that one, then that one. So I'm just showing you the order I want you to play them in. So you got this is the whole pattern of shape 1. You play the first, then that one, that and that. Okay, so that's what you got there. Okay, now if you take a note of this, sorry if I'm going over stuff you've done a lot hard work on, gents, but it does get a bit in depth in a second. So see this note here, this one on the 4th fret, that's on the top string, that's going to be the start of your second shape there, shape 2. So just for Brian and Les, there are 5 shapes to learn. That's all there is. So if I'm going over this quick, you will pick up the 5 shapes. So always start with the second finger on that second shape. So you want to start this with your second finger. So that's the second shape. First shape, second shape. Now see these two, the last 2 notes on this side of this shape, that is the start of shape 3, which is I call it a little small box. So you're starting that on the 6th fret, so small box, and then look at the last 2 notes to the right of this here. That is the start of the shape 4, which is a bigger box. So you got 2 frets gap in between it. Okay, and then you've got the last shape, which is starting on the 11th fret, and that's another small box. That's shape 5. So you'll notice that shapes 3 and 5 are both small boxes there. See, 3's there, 4's a big box, 5's just a little box again. So it's just shape 1 and 2 on top of that. 3, 4, 5. So they're your 5 shapes. So I'll just play an F minor. If you could play shape 1. That's it, and then go to shape 2. Start where your little finger was sort of ending the net. Yeah, that's it. Start with your second finger and go through that shape. Now where your little finger is playing them 2 last notes, you start that with a little box. That's it. Play a little box with that. And then shape 4. Where your little finger is, yeah, so you skip 2 frets here, and then the last one to the 5th shape, you move up and you got a little box again. Okay, so that is the 5 shapes really. So we just had a little jam. Let's just start that from a different point. We're going to start it from an A minor. So where's going to be the A here on the 6th string? If anyone wants to tell me what fret that is. Yeah, Roddy, you're on it, the 5th fret. So here we're going to start shape 1 because this is an A minor. So it's about where the root is here, that 5th fret there on the top string. So you're going to start it to sound like this. That's how the start is. Shape 2. Yeah. So it always goes in this direction, Les and Brian. And then shape 3 there is after it. So if you notice, the end of shape 3 is on the 12th frets, which is the same as your zeros there. So you can, once you've run out of space here on the 12th fret, you can just start using the zeros there for space, shape 4. So you can see that. see the end of shape 4 and the start of shape 1 gives you shape 5. Okay. So has anyone got any questions so far? That is basically a recap of last time. So that is moving through a pentatonic shape but side to side. Because we only ever look at going up and down with shapes, and then you can never really move side to side. So this is just side to side. We're going to address now up and down. So that's basically a recap of last week. So if you look here, so this is how we move side to side. Can you see that? I've just put a list of numbers here. 5, 1. You can see it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It always goes in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up the fretboard, like. So how do we move vertically up and down? See here. It's always in this direction. Now I know there's a lot of numbers here, and you're probably thinking, "What the hell?" But just bear with me, because hopefully this will make sense. I've just put a row of numbers there: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way across. Meaning that the top, wherever you start on the top shape, you're always going to look at the one below it to find the new shape. So I'll give you an example of what I mean. So here, if I start on the 5th and 6th string on shape 1, can you see there? We're on shape 1. And I want to then move right, so I'll be going to the 2 middle strings here. Can you see that shape 1 there? If I've got to move right, the next shape is going to be here. It's going to be 5. So I'm going to move down. What's the next shape on the 3rd and 4th string? You can see here it's the 5th shape. So see there? So you're going from the 1st shape to the 5th shape. Now it can put people off, saying, why does it jump from 1 to 5? Because it always goes, if you're going down, it always goes in that direction. And because you've used 1, you've got to start again on 5. So that's 5. So the next two strings, the 1st and 2nd string, I'm going to unmute Roddy, if you want to unmute. What shape do you think it'll be on the first 2 strings here? So we've had the 1st, the 5th.
Not obviously the 4th.
The 4th, yeah. Well, not obviously, really, because you know, it can be a hard concept to take in at first. So here you've got the 4th. See how it's in a weird direction? You've got to remember, don't forget the rule, on the 1st and 2nd string have to move over a step, just because of the tuning of the guitar. So it really looks like this. Can you see that? That's your 1st. You can see in red here, moving vertically. 1st, 5th and 4th. And here it goes 1st, 5th and 4th shape. So you're on the 1st shape, then the 5th shape on the 2 middle strings. And on the first 2 strings you play the shape 4. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go over some other different types of combinations of this. Is anyone scratching their head so far and thinking, what the hell? Yeah? No? Roddy, you look confused. Are you alright with that? Yeah, is that okay? Okay. I can come back to this as well once I've addressed the other ones. Okay, so let's say, for instance, we start on the 2nd shape here at the top. See here where you start with your 2nd finger. What would be the next shape down? So Brian, let me ask you, what would be the string? What would be the shape that I use on the 3rd and 4th string, the 2 middle strings?
The 1st shape.
The 1st shape, yeah. Look there. So it'd be the 2nd, then the 1st.
Yeah.
So what would the next shape be?
Then you're back to the 5th one again.
Yeah, so on the 1st and 2nd string, we'll have the 5th shape. But see the arrows telling you, see the 5th shape's a little box. It's telling you, because of the tuning, you have to move it across a bit. So it would be there. So the 2nd, the 1st, and the 5th shape. Peter, unmute yourself.
I don't understand that rule where you've
Well,
got.
Do you know
go-
when you tune a guitar and you go from the fifth
Yeah.
string here, and then you go to the next string, you play the fifth fret, and then you play the 0. When you get to the third string, you have to go to the 4th fret and then tune there. So something happens with the tuning on the guitar. It isn't always nice and parallel. At one point, it moves back to the 4th fret, and then it moves back to the 5th fret at the end. Did you know that, Peter?
Well, because I don't tune my guitar that way.
Ah, use a tuner, so you probably
Exactly.
never come across the fact. So what happens is these two strings are sort of tuned. They're not. I've never had to describe this before, but it doesn't all tune nice and even. Listen, see that?
Yeah.
5th fret there.
Yeah.
So that you just got to take it from me. I'll teach you when I see you on Monday. I'll teach you about that tuning thing there. But just take from me, it does move over when you're on the first 2 strings. Okay, so that's starting from the second position there. What we do if we start on the third position, so we got a small box. Jimmy, do you want to unmute? So we're on a small box here.
Yeah.
What would be the shapes for the middle 2 strings next? Ah, no, not quite. You got to.
Oh
look
wait,
at this
are you
chart.
starting on the?
See, we're starting on the. No. You got to look at these numbers
So-
here. So we're starting on the 3rd shape. We want to go
Yeah.
down.
So you go back to that one that's got the 3 and the 4.
No. See, we're on this little box here.
Yeah.
That's the 3rd box, the 3rd
Yeah.
shape. So to find the position below it, you've got to use this vertical sort of
Yeah, so you go on to the second
to
shape,
the 2nd shape, yeah.
which is a 3 and a 4. If you're going across the strings, there's goes over 3. Yeah,
Oh, sorry, go on, play it again.
it goes over 3.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's sorry,
How about
it
you-
goes over 3 frets. I'm talking in my own. I've made up my own language in my head, and I'm waffling.
All right, so what's
So that goes over 3 frets, and then the next string goes over 4 frets.
yeah? So what would be the next position, the last one on the these 2 strings?
So you slide it up a bit, and then you do.
What
Oh.
position? What position would it? What shape would it be though?
So which fret are we on here? 5. So you got a thing. So you do
So we
5 and 7,
We've done the
and
third.
then
No, wait there. Don't talk in frets. We've done the third
Oh.
shape.
oh, you're on 1 then.
We've done the 2nd shape. Yeah,
Shape 1.
it's got to be shape 1. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. Think of shape 1. So here, that's without moving across. See the arrows? Remember to move across because of the tuning. So
Yeah.
that's what it actually looks like.
Sorry, yeah, I've made up my own language for this
Hey,
now in my head.
You
So
know what?
I'm
However you you look at it in your head, that's all that matters. So, okay, so that's like starting if you were to start from the 3rd position. So I'm just teaching you how to go down the strings and maybe and up them as well. So up to now we have. This might look like a big fat mess when I put this on, so don't panic. This is what we have up to now. The recap. So you can see the first shape here. You've got the first shape, followed by the 5th, then the 4th. And then on this middle one here, you don't have to take in all these shapes. You can see we start on the 2nd shape. Wonder how to get that right in when my cursor goes off there. So you got the 2nd shape, then it followed by the 1st shape, then the 5th. And then if we were to start on the 3rd shape, it would be followed by the 2 and the 1. So that's going downwards on the fretboard. So that was the first one we did. The 1st, 5th and 4th. The second one was the 2nd, 1st and 5th. And then we had the 3rd, 2nd and 1st. Okay, so I don't expect you to memorize this yet. I'm telling you the concept of how to move downwards. Okay. And we always do it in chunks of 2 strings at a time. So like it's always the 5th and 6th string, and then the 2 middle strings, and then the last 2 strings. That's how we're going to look at it. Okay, so what I want to do now, and I will listen to you playing, I want to try and move round randomly. Okay, we're not just going to move down and up or to the side to side. I'm going to set out a little pattern here. So we're starting on the 2nd fret on the top string with our 1st position. Okay, so you can see in red I've put 1 there. So if we move down there, so if we're going to move down a position there, it's going to be the 2nd position. So we're going to move across. We're going to, where your little finger is on the 1st shape, that's going to be the start. You've got to switch that with your 2nd finger. So we're here now. We're on the actual 2nd shape here. So let me ask Sam, unmute. If we were to move, see I've got this little green thing and I'm telling you which direction I want us to move. If we were to go from this 2nd shape and move the green direction, so downwards, what shape would we move to?
To 1.
1, exactly, look there. See there? Because I'm following this direction here, we're on 2, we move to 1. So
Dave,
what
do you mind if I say what gave me a real confidence in case it helps other people?
Go on, yeah.
It's really quick. So whenever you're in position 1, you know that the one behind it is position 5 because that's easy, yeah? But it's the same one that's behind it is the one that's 1 up. So if you're here, you can look at the cheap one, 5, you know it's going to be 5 up there.
Yeah.
And so if you're coming up the neck, then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest of the time, it's the number before the one you're on.
Yeah.
And that just helped me get it right into my brain. So
Yeah.
maybe that does help others, maybe it doesn't, but I'll shut up.
Do you know what you've just described there? I think you'll get this from following what's going to happen here as well. So yeah, good. That everyone will work out their own little sort of patterns in their own head how they're going to do this. So we started off on 1, we moved across to 2. So we stayed on the same strings, we moved to the 2nd shape, and then we moved down and we acknowledged the fact that it was the 1st position. Now I want to move, so there we are, we're on the 4th fret there, on our 1st position now. Now, Michael, do you want to unmute? We want to move down the fretboard this way. This direction. What shape would that be?
2.
Yeah. So find out where your little finger's playing the end of that 1st shape.
Yeah.
And then start. See there? Well, does that make sense now? The 2nd shape there. You've just done that. So up to now, let's recap on what we've done. We've done the 1st shape. We've moved across to the 2nd. We moved down to 1. So basically, that's what Sam's just mentioned here. See that? We started on the 1st shape there, across to the 2nd. So if we move down, it's going to be the 1st shape. That's the same as the 1st shape there. And then we moved across to the 2nd shape. So we've gone 1st shape, 2nd shape, moved down, 1st shape, 2nd shape. And you can see the amount of frets that's covering as well. It's covering virtually most of your fretboard up to now. Okay, so Peter, we're here now on the 2nd shape. So our 2nd finger starting on the 7th fret. If you want to, go on, Les. All right, Peter. Yeah, Peter, if you want to unmute.
Just saying, if the next shape and you move to the right on my screen, that will be 1.
It will, yeah. I'll come to you next, Peter.
Sorry.
That's exactly the answer I was going to give.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So we're moving downwards that way, so it's going to be 1. But remember the rule with the arrow. You've got to shift it up, so it'd be there. So at the moment, we're on our 1st shape again, but on the 7th fret.
David, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, go on, Noddy.
So, what I'm trying to understand is when you move, you slide that one fret. Do you only because when you tune a guitar, it's only that one string
Yeah.
that you need to move. Everything else works the same.
Yeah, they're all pretty sort of parallel, sort of tuning up until it gets to that point.
Yeah. So the only time you shift one fret is on for that one string.
Yeah. Because the reason why I'm saying that is because when you're playing two shapes up here, so you go from this shape to another shape, you don't shift side to side on two shapes, but it's only when you get to these two thin strings you have to move it up.
And you're talking about the whole thing, not just the root. Yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah, this shape, yeah. Yeah, keep asking questions, because it's good to clarify things. So we're on shape 1 now, here, on the 7th fret. I want to move in this direction, so back down the fretboard, Peter, if you want to. So we're on the first shape. I'm going to move this way, going backwards. What shape would I go to?
I would say 5.
Let's see if you're right. He's right. Round of applause, everyone. No, I'm joking. But yeah, so you're moving from 1 back down to 5. So you're here. This is all the same key, what we're playing here. We're just shifting around in lots of directions. So, Brian, if I was to move again, what shape? I want to move all the way back down these two strings.
4. Shape.
He's right.
It's a large box, is it?
Yeah, 10,000 points. Well done. That's a large, a large box because that's 4. Okay. Hey, see, you're picking it up pretty quick.
Yeah.
So now we're going to make our way back to the very start. So we're on 4 here. Jimmy, unmute. So we're on 4 here.
Yeah.
On the first 2 strings, and we want to move back up the fretboard. Which one?
5.
He knows it. You see there. And Jimmy, tell me the last one. If I was to move up again.
1.
You're back to 1. See there.
And that's
So
the
what
A
we've
minor
done is-
pentatonic.
Yeah, we've made a journey with that. Rather than just sticking to just here like that, we've made a journey. See, I've made a journey around here, all the way up there, back down. Okay, so let's see it here. Some people do it. I'll guide you through it, and then we've got another half to go. So I'll tell you what. I'll listen to this. Jimmy, do you want to go first? So let's work through this.
Well, we start. Do you want to start on the?
Okay, then let's move up to the second shape, and then move down to the first shape, and then you move across to that second shape. So, not quite. So go. See, you got to start on the 4th string,
Wait a second.
Jimmy. Start
Where was I? I was on the.
Let's start again. What you got to do is remember where your little finger sort of plays on the thing. So do the first shape again.
Alright, starting on the 2nd fret there.
Okay, then the second position. And then you're moving down, and then across. Lovely. And then down to
We're
the
gonna go.
here to the first. You got to shift over a little bit. That's it. No. You're not playing the second shape. Sorry. That's it, the first shape. There you go. And move back to the fifth shape there from that first. Okay, and then you go back down another shape to the 4th shape. And then up, going up to the 5th. Excellent, yeah. So you sort of gone round the houses with all the shapes and made your way back to the start. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's good. I've been playing around with it quite a lot. I think the only thing sometimes is just forgetting where your finger was, where you've like if you slide up and you're meant to be there, but you've messed up your finger position or
Yeah,
whatever, and you forget.
Exactly. And so that's why I think it's good to just mentally note that it's only the first 2 strings that shift up one. Other than that, they should fall into place, the shapes. Right, okay, nice one, Jimmy. Sam, let's see you go around this. These shapes. Everyone just keep playing along with it till you get it sorted. Lovely, yeah.
Sorry. Improvising.
No, it's good if you can improvise, yeah. Oh, that way we're going.
I'm sorry, I'm lost now. What fret we on?
So we were on the. You did this shape here, but we weren't going back. That's it. Yeah. Yes, nice one. Lovely that, no, nice one. Excellent, and it's good because you've been practicing it and you're coming up with your own ways to sort of, sort of work it out in your own head. These little.
It just gives you confidence to
Yeah.
I don't know the notes I'm playing, but I know I'm allowed to play them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you don't. Most of the time you don't because it's a patterned instrument. So as long as you can get your root, go on, Michael. Let me start again. Sorry, bud. Let's start here. I'll start on the 2nd fret.
Oh, sorry.
Then the 2nd position.
Where are we now?
That's it. Yep. Just over. You've got to move over a fret. That's it. And then move back down the fretboard. And then back down again. I think you sort of shifted out of the fret position, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. And then work yourself back up. I think because maybe you started it on the 1st fret, do you know, when you were practicing?
Yeah.
This example's on the 2nd fret. But it doesn't matter. You could start anywhere on the guitar as long as you stick to the shape.
I was kind of doing it in practice, but then as soon as I sort of tried it, went.
It's fine. Just keep on at it till you can get it really 100% smooth. Roddy, do you want to unmute? Go on, Roddy. And then moving downwards to the 1st shape. Then moving across to the 2nd shape. Lovely. And then downwards to the 1st shape. So you got to shift across a bit.
Yeah.
No, you got to move a. There you go. And then staying on this, then 2 strings, you're going to move to the 5th shape. Back down to the 4th. And then to the 5th. Back to the 1st shape. Yes, nice one. Do you know what? Played with confidence. Really, really good. That. How are you finding it?
Yeah, the penny's dropped. It's I get it. And to be honest with you, the comment that was made has also helped me as well, which is great.
Yeah, excellent. And I feel that this concept in my head anyway is easy approach than thinking of 5 different full big scales. Do you know what I mean? I think that's harder to memorise.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
thing
definitely.
And the thing is, you could still do them 5 big shapes, but you have more of an understanding how they come about.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
All right. So we're there. We're not at that point. Brian, have you done it yet? Brian, go on, unmute.
Yeah, right. I'm not too familiar with all the shapes yet, but I'll have a
No,
go.
it's fine. I'll just do this. That's it. Then moving downwards to the first shape. So move down to the 2 middle strings. And then across to the second position.
Yeah, this is where I struggle getting to this one now.
So where your little finger was on that
Again,
shape,
same, yeah.
that's the start of your next one.
There.
There, that's it. Okay, then moving downwards to
But
the
shifting
first
it.
shape. Yeah, shifting. And then staying on them 2 strings, you're going to go to the 5th position, so moving to the side.
So I've got to go back up to
That's it there.
here. Small box.
Yeah, small box, big box, little box, cardboard box. If you know what that means.
Yeah.
Then to the oops. Yeah. Big box.
Oops.
And then you're moving upwards, that's it. Yeah. And then the last one was the first. So really it's just a case of learning them 5
shapes.
little shapes.
Yeah.
5 little shapes and then learning how to move them about.
And working out where you start.
Yeah. But you know what? You've done sterling for just jumping on it at this point. Because all the other guys have had like a full-on sessions where.
Well, yeah, but as they were doing it, I was trying to work through it, so I was learning as I went along. But yeah, it's knowing
Right,
where to start and what the shapes are. Yeah.
Yeah. Go on, Peter.
All right, I'll have a go. I did get. I keep getting lost with this, but I'll have a go. So 1.
And then go to your second shape on the 2 strings. Moving in a downwards position, you've got to go to the first shape. That's it. And then across again to your second position in relation to that one. Start on the 4th string. 4th string, move up a string. Move up a string. There you go. That's the 4th string. Move across. Okay, yeah. Then down.
All right.
To that first shape. So down. And then shift it over a little. That's it. And then move, staying on them same strings, but the 5th shape. And then. Ah, no, big box.
Oh, sorry.
And then move up.
I'm lost.
That's it, the last shape there, the 1. That's it.
Yeah.
So all that went wrong there in the middle is you were on the first shape. And when you went to the second shape, you just stayed on that 3rd string and it threw you. That's got to be the start of the second shape. So it's remembering the relationship between the 1st and 2nd shape.
Yeah, I'm all right when I'm on the 5th and 6th string. It's when I'm starting moving down.
Yeah, it's all right. You've done well. We'll grasp this. Les, did you want to give it a go, or do you feel you want to just have a bit?
I'll have
more
a go
time?
if everyone wants to bear with me. It's not going
Go on,
to
look.
be easy.
There you go. Okay, then moving across to the second shape, where your little finger is your root. Move it across another 2. No, the other way. So can you see how when you played the first note there, where your little finger is there? That's it. That's it, and then move down to the middle strings to the first shape. Don't move your hand position, because you can see there you were there on 2, and you're
Yeah.
moving downwards to 1.
Okay, so I want to be there then.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
No, on the 4th string there. That's it.
Yeah.
And then move across to the 2nd position. So where your little finger was used in that position, that's the root of the next. That's it. Lovely. And then you're moving down to the 1st position, but shift it across a little. Now, staying on the first 2 strings, you're going to move to the position that's to the side of it, the 5th position. That's it. Little box. Little box.
Whoops.
And then moving on down again to the big box. That's it. And then you can go upwards to the 5th box.
Whoops.
And that's it. And then it ends on that 1st box. Okay, I'll leave it there because I've heard you play that. But nice one, Les. You made your way around it. I know it's hard. You've not looked at this yet, so you've done really great. Just like Brian, just for giving that a go. It's amazing. So you can look at this back. Okay, so I want to just address major pentatonic. The root of these shapes starts on shape 2. So if you look at shape 2, there, shape 1 is your minor pentatonic, shape 2 is your major. Okay, so Sam, if you want to unmute, what major pentatonic is that starting on the 5th fret of the top string?
It is the
2nd finger. Start with your 2nd finger.
Sorry, that one there.
It's the 2nd shape.
It's the F. Sorry, it's the A major.
A major, yeah. So if I strum an A major chord and you play that. Now, this is the good thing because you can then move, yeah, through all the shapes the exact same way. How cool is that?
Yeah, exactly. It is. It's revolutionary.
That's your majors. So watch this. If I put these 2 side by side. Oops, what am I doing here? Oh, where's the thing gone? All right. Sometimes I just hit some things and crazy shit happens. All right. So the major and minor pentatonic rules. Here's the rule. You start with a minor pentatonic. You start with shape 1. Okay. Major pentatonic, you start with shape 2. Okay? Simple as that. You move around it in exactly the same way. If you're on the major pentatonic on 2, you want the next shape up, you go to shape 3, then 4, then 5, then 1. It's exactly the same. Okay, so I'll test some of you on that. Roddy, we're going to try the major shape. So we want this shape here, so starting with your 2nd finger, and I want a G major pentatonic. So everyone else can do this. So where would you start the G major pentatonic? It'd be different to where this
There you
is.
start there.
There. That's it. So keep playing that. Now go to the next shape along, which would be your 3rd shape. Then that's it, going acrosswards, not down.
That way.
Yeah, that way.
Oh, okay.
Side to side. So that you're on your second shape, go to the third shape now. That's it. Then the fourth. Then the fifth. Your fifth's a little box. And the same rules work up and down as well.
Easy.
Can you hear what you're doing now, but in a major sort of tonality?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Isn't that just, it's flipped the sound
It's,
upside down?
it's strange to me because you're doing the same thing, but just at a different time.
Honest.
Well, same timing, but what I mean is just because you start in a different place, I kind of fucks with your head, doesn't it?
Don't know. Yeah, it's took me a bit to work out how it works because I would literally be playing a minor scale or a major scale, and there'd be two different identities. But now they all share the same patterns. It's quite remarkable. So there, you got to remember, number 2 of this pentatonic is creates your major shapes.
Yeah.
And you move around exactly the same way.
Wow.
So if you wanted a G major like you did there, if you wanted G minor, you replace that second finger with your first finger and play the first shape. So that's your minor, then you move to your second shape to get the second of your minor. Okay, so that's the only thing that you need to differentiate between it. I'll test some of you out. So Jimmy, I want you to play me a B major pentatonic. So start on the B major, B, that's it. And then move to the next shapes to the side. That's got to be your first, and then into your fifth. There you go. There you're moving about, and then you just got to work out how to get the up and down a bit better.
Just trying to work out where the root notes are, because obviously you're starting there. So then, so each section has a root note in it. Well, some sections have root notes in them, don't they? So like 2, if you're playing the major, the first note of the 2 is your root note, and then the second note of your 1 is the root note.
Of you mean in the major?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas it's the first note is the root note in the minor.
For that reason, what you just said there, that's why I said keep it simple. The only way you work it out at this moment of time is your first shape is your minor, the start of your minor. Your second shape is the start of the major. Keep it simple, because there's obviously other roots in there, but I think that would mess with people's heads. Obviously, you're ready to digest that, so you work that out. It'll be easy for you to work it out. Brian, let's do a flat major pentatonic. So go to your A flat, which is what fret on the top?
Here.
There, second finger. Go on. So play the second position, and then go to the third position, which is the next one up along.
Yeah. Okay.
So slide across. There you go. There you go. Then the fourth position. Big box. There you go. Nice one. So then you just work out up, down, left, right.
Which ones? Yeah.
So yeah. Good, nice.
It'll come clear the more you play it.
It
won't
will, honest. This is the first
Yeah.
time you've done it, so I can imagine your head's probably about to explode.
I knew it would be.
But... Okay, Sam. Let's do C major. So on the top strings, second finger. That's it. See if you can move around a bit. Now I want you to go to C minor, so starting on the same root as a minor. And move to the next shapes along. Then to major. Yes. Now you're playing jazz.
It works.
Isn't that nice how you were playing around the chords there? You could hear the lead part you were playing was moving with it.
No, it does. It brings confidence. I've just been staring at the major scale on my wall, trying to work out the say. It works for the major scale as well, doesn't it? There's just a lot more notes to remember.
I'll show you the very first position. So you've got that. There's your pentatonic, but the major scale is. So it's virtually the same. So each little shape we've done, the major scale little shapes are virtually the same. But let's focus on pentatonic and then really get to know it, and then we can build on that. Michael, let's just try. Everyone else can do this while I'm doing this, by the way. So we'll try an F sharp minor.
F sharp minor.
Yeah. So your first position on that. F sharp major now. So second finger on the root. Let's go to an A minor. To an A major. Second finger on that A. So in its very smallest sort of form, we were playing around the chords. Then you can imagine once you got confidence to move about, that you'll be able to go all over the fretboard. So yeah, how did that feel? Could you hear the changes?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's so many possibilities. It just opens up your mind to what's possible. It's great, just for jamming along.
Honest, I reckon once we've worked on this theory for a couple of months, I think you'll all be flying around with these pentatonics and that. I'm pretty confident. But yeah, how have you found tonight, Michael?
Great, yeah, brilliant. Like I say, it just opens up a lot of possibilities. I think with more practice, you just get a lot more confident in just going up and down the fretboard, and yeah,
cool.
Really good.
It's nice to learn songs, but then it's nice to learn a bit of theory as well.
Yeah.
Making bits. So yeah, well done, Brian. How have you found tonight?
Enjoyed it, Dave. Missed
Your
it.
head hurting?
Missed it. No, you just need to learn those shapes, and so you're confident with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, the sequence 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. You can work through that, can't you?
Yeah. And what you'll find is that same equation of moving left, right, up, down works with all the other scales.
Yeah.
So
And
once
starting
you've
with
got that
one or the
equation,
second shape.
It'll be brilliant.
Yeah.
But yeah, Roddy, how have you found tonight?
Yeah, as per the rest of the lads, very, very good. Found it kind of how can I put it? Something that was a mystery is now less mystifying, and now I can actually enjoy practicing rather than floundering. I can actually know what I'm doing. Yeah.
That's it. And do you know what? Put a backing track on. You can get them on YouTube. Put a backing track, A major backing track, and then just jam along, and then put an A minor one on. Move around all your positions, and I reckon that's the best way to do it. To just sit there, even if you just did 10 minutes every other day, to a backing track, is the best way. But nice one, Roddy. Nice one, Peter.
Yeah, it makes scales a lot more interesting, Dave.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
I never
just
thought
have
anyone would ever say that, but you've said
Yeah,
it. Excellent. Nice.
Just have to remember the shapes going down and the order in which to do them in. Then.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what we've really. That's
rule.
the first time we've looked at it properly, so that'll take a bit of time of you to work on that. But Sam, how have you found tonight?
Yeah, no, it's the technique I've been looking for. It works with my mind where I don't need to know names of notes. I just need to know the patterns, and yeah, I'm dancing all over. It's great.
Exactly, yeah. Excellent. And do you know what? There's not to be scared of theory and all the letters and the sharps and flats and stuff. I think once you know all this and then you look at that, you'll be like, oh, that all makes sense now.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes learning the theory before the practical can be a bit taxing. So it's good to learn the practical and then look at the theory of what you've just done. So Yeah, well done, nice one, Les. How have you found today?
Yeah, I found there's a great deal of logic in what you're saying, and like a lot of the others, it's going to be learning the shapes and where to move from to.
Yeah, exactly.
But I can understand the 1 through 5, and obviously it just follows on just like a scale. When you get to G, you go back to A on the next one.
Exactly.
Or down. It's just following 1 to 5, 1 to 5.
And that's why I've written it in quite a lot of times, so you can see the loop of it rather than just 1 to 5. Yeah, nice one, Jimmy. How have you found tonight?
Yeah, it's been good. And it's just practicing just getting some licks and stuff into it, and getting some musicality into it. Where it's really, once you get the gist of it, it's really nice to move around with.
Yeah. Good, yeah. Oh, nice one. Yeah, you've done brilliant. I think you've all done brilliant tonight.
The blue notes and stuff even fit into it as well. So if you want to do like the little, you can fit them in because it's all the same shape still.
Yeah, exactly. That's to come. That's to come. All right, gents. I've got another session in a minute, so I better wrap it up here now. But nice to see you all. I'll send you out all the documentation and all that, and the link and stuff. So I'll see you throughout the week.
Thanks,
all right.
mate.
Take care, everyone.
Cheers.
Bye.
Right.
Cheers, everybody.
Guys.